In every era, people have faced the challenge of toxic relationships, whether with coworkers, family members, or casual acquaintances. These are the individuals who manipulate, gossip, drain your energy, or constantly push your emotional buttons. Modern psychology offers many tools to handle them, but the ancient Stoics, philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, developed a timeless approach that is surprisingly practical today. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control other people, we can always control our own mind, perception, and actions. Below, we'll explore in detail how Stoic philosophy can help you navigate interactions with toxic people while staying composed, wise, and true to yourself. 1. Understand what you can and cannot control. One of the core Stoic principles is the dichotomy of control. Some things are within our power, our thoughts, choices, and actions, and others are not, other people's opinions, behaviors, and emotions. When dealing with toxic people, this concept is liberating. You can't stop a manipulator from lying or a chronic critic from judging, but you can control your own reaction. As Epictetus famously said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Practical step. Before engaging with someone who drains you, mentally list what is in your control. You can control your tone, your boundaries, and whether or not you stay in the conversation. You cannot control their mood swings or attempts to provoke you. By focusing only on what's truly yours to govern, you prevent their chaos from becoming your chaos. 2. Practice the art of emotional detachment. Toxic individuals often thrive on emotional reactions. They may criticize you to trigger anger or guilt, or act helpless to lure you into constant rescue mode. Stoicism encourages apatheia, not in the sense of cold indifference, but as freedom from destructive emotions. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By cultivating an inner calm, you rob toxic people of their leverage. How to apply? Pause before responding to provocative remarks. Breathe deeply and observe your feelings without judgment. Remind yourself, their words are not me. Their behavior is not within my control. This emotional distance allows you to stay grounded and make deliberate choices instead of reactive ones. 3. Set boundaries without anger. Boundaries are not about punishment, they are about clarity. A Stoic sets limits calmly and firmly, without aggression or guilt. Seneca advised, associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. If a person consistently undermines your peace, a Stoic response is to limit contact or define clear expectations. Practical boundary tips. State limits clearly, I'm not willing to discuss this topic. Repeat if needed, calmly restate without escalation. Enforce consequences, if they ignore your limits, step away, without drama. The key is neutrality. Boundaries set with anger invite conflict. Boundaries set with calm convey self-respect. 4. Use the Stoic pause, respond, don't react. Toxic people often bait you into impulsive reactions. Stoics cultivate a deliberate pause, an instant of reflection before speaking or acting. Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Practical technique. When someone criticizes you unfairly, silently count to 3, take one slow breath, and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Most of the time, the answer is no. 5. Reframe their behavior as a teacher. A profound Stoic practice is to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Every toxic encounter tests your patience, empathy, and self-discipline. Instead of viewing difficult people as burdens, view them as teachers of virtue. Epictetus would say that other people's faults give you a chance to practice wisdom, courage, and temperance. When a coworker gossips, you practice discretion. When a relative criticizes you harshly, you practice patience and self-control. Mindset shift. Instead of they ruin my day, think this is my chance to strengthen my character. Instead of why are they like this, think how can I remain virtuous despite this. 6. Choose your company wisely. While Stoicism teaches acceptance, it doesn't advocate enduring abuse. Seneca warned against spending time with people who corrupt your character. If someone repeatedly violates your trust or undermines your peace despite your efforts, the wisest action may be to distance yourself. This isn't revenge, it's rational self-preservation. Practical action. Gradually reduce unnecessary contact. Focus on relationships that uplift and challenge you to grow. 7. Maintain inner dialogue and self-reflection. The Stoics were masters of journaling and nightly reflection. Marcus Aurelius' meditations were personal notes to strengthen his mind. After dealing with a toxic person, reflect. Did I stay true to my values? Could I have spoken more calmly? What can I learn for next time? This habit keeps you aligned with your principles and prevents resentment from festering. 8. Practice compassion without enabling. Stoicism does not mean becoming cold-hearted. It recognizes that toxic people often act out of ignorance, pain, or fear. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself, what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" Compassion, however, doesn't mean allowing harm. You can wish someone well internally while firmly saying no to their destructive behavior. Balance point. Offer kindness where appropriate. Refuse to feed their harmful patterns. 9. Guard your time and energy. Time is a Stoic's most precious resource. Seneca famously said, "Nothing is ours, except time." Every minute spent engaging with a toxic person is a minute taken from your own growth, creativity, and joy. Schedule your life around what nourishes you: learning, meaningful work, uplifting relationships. Interactions with toxic people should be brief, purposeful, and on your terms. 10. Use negative visualization. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, imagining possible misfortunes in advance. By mentally preparing for challenges, you reduce their emotional impact. Before entering a stressful meeting or family gathering, visualize potential toxic remarks or behaviors. Picture yourself responding calmly. When it happens in real life, it feels like a familiar drill, not a shock. 11. Remember, their opinion doesn't define you. Toxic people often rely on criticism or gossip to undermine your self-worth. Stoicism teaches that your value is intrinsic and independent of others' judgments. Epictetus said, "If you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize you have compromised your own integrity. Your worth is anchored in your virtues, not in someone else's shifting opinions." Daily affirmation. I am not the sum of their words. I am the sum of my character. 12. Focus on your virtue, not their vice. Ultimately, Stoicism is about living according to virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Toxic people might tempt you to break these virtues, by lashing out, gossiping back, or holding grudges. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Your goal is not to win against them but to remain the best version of yourself. 13. Create a Stoic routine for mental resilience. Consistency is key. Adopt daily practices that fortify your mind so you're less affected by others' negativity. Examples. Morning meditation, read a short Stoic passage to set your intention. Evening journaling, reflect on the day's interactions. Mindful breathing, practice short sessions to center yourself. These habits create a baseline of calm that toxic encounters can't easily shake. 14. Accept what you cannot change, and move on. Some situations can't be fixed, no matter how wisely you act. A coworker may remain difficult, a relative may refuse therapy. Stoicism's final lesson is acceptance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Welcome every experience the weaving of fate brings." Accepting reality doesn't mean approving of harmful behavior, it means no longer wasting energy wishing it were different. You move forward with serenity, not bitterness. Conclusion: freedom through Stoic wisdom. Dealing with toxic people is one of life's toughest tests. But Stoic philosophy offers a roadmap. Focus on what you can control. Maintain inner calm and emotional detachment. Set clear boundaries while practicing compassion. View every encounter as an opportunity to strengthen your character. By internalizing these practices, you'll find that no one can truly disturb your peace unless you give them permission. The toxic person's power ends where your self-mastery begins. In the words of Epictetus, no man is free who is not master of himself. Through Stoic wisdom, you can face even the most challenging people with clarity, courage, and unshakable calm.